Welcome back, guys. Here a quick video about something we run into when we was working shaving our 14 bolts. Just to start with, this is a 1999 Chevrolet 10.5 or American Axle Manufacturing differential, same as a 14 bolt. Characteristic wise, it's a little bit different, but many companies sold shaving kits for 14 bolts. Well, this is my story. We decided not to use a full cut as TMR offers, the plate that you weld around. I don't need any of that, so we decided to use a cover that allows us to cut some portion of the bottom part of the axle so we don't get stuck in the rocks. Well, one of the nice options that we saw around was a Motobilt, pretty cheap cover, nice welding around, things like that. So, but once we start doing this procedure, we notice the following. We do our mark, run some stencil, scratch it, then decide to look, see what could be affected in there, because the draining plug is in that portion. So the Motobilt website says that they recommend to weld or plug weld the drain. Well, yes, probably a good idea, but if I can avoid that, I will avoid it. Then, so that's when we start looking at measurements, seeing that the axle have a reinforced casting in here. Well, that means that something inside could be different. So, removing the cover. Don't mind how warped the cover it is. Got about 3/16 of warp. I don't know if they're going to be sealing or not, but that's another issue to deal with later. So you look inside here. Hopefully camera can give us a nice shot. You look inside here, you see that the drain, the oil drainage in it, have a pool. Oil dumps out, throw the sediment out first. But this is tricky because this first line here, let me twist it a little bit. This first line here is the edge of the cover, where you're gonna be cutting out maybe 16 below, and then you're gonna let the rocks clear in the other part. But then the first depth, or the first line that I have here, is the depth of the pool inside at this edge. Well, no problem, you're gonna have enough material. So say, well, okay, I'm gonna have ¼ inch. But then this other one is the inner part of the pool. That being said, if you made this cut straight flat, you're gonna just ruin the axle, or you have to just continue going and get the plate and cut your gear, stuff like that. Maybe not a big deal for some people, running with a very thin bottom end on their axles, but for me it is. Most of the plates that we will, the axle, this portion of the axle is what I tend to scratch the most on the rocks. So, but you see, I just cut the lip. That gives us a good 1/2 inch 5/8 of clearance. Maybe a little bit more with all the grinding that I did. I'm assuming that now, if so many rock or anything hit through here, just gonna let me go in nicely and smoothly. I don't stuck in there. This is gonna be mostly the area gonna be affected the most. But something to think about it is this: if you decide to cut without check those clearances there. If you straight cut below here, you're not gonna have enough thickness to help you out to hold in case of this bouncing a rock or you hit a rock at speed. You're not gonna have enough material that can hold that impact into your axle. Well, not a big deal. for some people, but for me it is. So we decide just to cut the lip, nicely grind the edge, go in there. Hopefully with the angle, with the pinion angle, we don't hit that portion of the axle too much. But in the meantime, it's gonna be. I don't need a full cut TMR like TMR Industries offers. I don't need any of that. I don't want to get into cutting gears. My wheeling style do not require any of that. So this is a great axle. We get it mostly because we got disc brakes with dual piston. The brakes comes include the time we pick up the axle. For the price, it was a good price. It was a good deal. So having calipers, e-brake cables, the full axle, so it was pretty nice. It's a little bit of work doing this kind of stuff with cutting the brackets, welding a truss that you have to grind and intensively grind on it to just fit it correctly, to do this nice works. It's a lot of work, but it's looking nice, it's going better. Just guys, I just want to give you a heads up on what could happen if you cut this axle without double check your clearances inside the axle with the covering. See you next time.